Hello, dear viewers. Thank you so much for joining me this morning for your daily tarot reading, or whenever you're joining me. Sometimes people like doing these later in the day and seeing how it all shook out. All right, we have got 4 stones. I ask you to choose the one that calls to you, that calls to your intuition. And we'll begin. I'll put the timestamps in the description box so that you can find your pile quickly. For those of you who chose this lovely multicolored, sort of metallic looking Labrador, right? We've got the 4 of Wands, we've got the Queen of Cups, and we've got the 2 of Swords. Okay, the 4 of... So none of these are major arcana, which is just fine. They're all nice and positive cards. This one, you can choose how you approach it. With the 2 of Swords, it means that there's a decision to be made. Since these are minor arcana, I'm thinking it's not a huge decision, but there might be some indecisiveness right now where you're not knowing which way you should go on some particular thing, which is not a big deal. It's a matter of getting more information. Whenever that woman shows up, you know, she has the blindfold, and she's actually in kind of a peaceful pose about this. She's not struggling or anything. She's just thinking. You know, we've got the planning here. So sometimes just starting to plan and thinking about the details or getting more information, and the blindfold comes down, and then it becomes clear. So, but this is very good for you, saying that your intellect, your ability to plan is good today. And the Queen of Cups, that's saying, gosh, not only that, but your ability to cope is very mature as well. That you're able to ride out things, you're able to keep calm and centered. So I think this is about Spirit, you know, just encouraging you. We have water and 2 cards, just encouraging you to know your strengths, I think, and understand that you will make good choices if you just get some more information and think things through. The 4 of Wands, that means happiness in your home. That means a greater kind of emotional nurture and joy in your home, or it means a physical change to your home. It means transforming sort of the atmosphere there. So that's a wonderful thing. There are 2 meanings, though, to this 4 of Wands that I see a lot. This can also be about a family gathering or a nice family interaction, a celebration, that kind of thing. So these cards are all very lovely. They really, really are. And they're saying that you certainly can enjoy this day, even if there's something you're thinking about and planning and using your wonderful mind to do that. That's okay. You certainly can enjoy this day. All right, for those of you who chose the pink stone, we've got the Chariot, the Fool, and the Victory. Wow, look at how interesting. Okay, so you've got 2 major arcana. The Chariot is about being pulled forward very quickly by an event, usually. It's usually by something outside of us, but you know, it can be as simple as a conversation, or it can be something we initiated, but we're pulled forward. We're pulled forward very quickly. It's a sudden forward movement, and it might feel a little out of control because with the Sphinxes, like, we don't know which direction it's going in, and it can rock that Chariot, but they're both pulling it forward. You know, this can sometimes be quite a push of change from the universe too. And I'm wondering about that, because then we get this Victory card and we get this Fool card, like there's a brand new beginning, like there's a new start here in some area of your life. So, you know, we don't always like the things that disrupt our schedule and disrupt our routine, but a lot of times, how else is Spirit going to bring in a change that would ultimately be good for us? You know, how else is that going to happen? Every day we're going to do the same thing, right? So sometimes the Chariot is an all right thing. It brings in a change that Spirit can help us make the most of. You know, the new beginning, the adventure of the new beginning is beckoning. We can look on it that way. Whatever occurs, we can look on it as, well, this will be new growth, new beginning. And that brings victory. I like this. These cards are good. They're good. So if something happens today that feels like it's a sudden change or a sudden push forward or changes things a bit or something like that, I think Spirit is very clearly saying it's okay, because it can be a new beginning. And in fact, you can have victory in it. So that is all right. For those of you who chose the blue stone, we've got the Three of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the Ten of Coins. Okay, so these are all positive cards. They're not major arcana, so probably not anything huge or anything to be decided today. But they're nice cards. You know, we have got the Three of Cups with celebration. We've got the Knight of Cups bringing you good news or making you feel good. We've got the Ten of Coins suggesting you have security, maybe security of the generations, but you've got security. So for some of you, this really is about planning for a celebration or going out, or some of you may have a suitor, may have someone coming forward that makes you feel good about yourself, that looks good to you. And the Three of Cups, that can be enjoying yourself. That can really be celebrating with friends. That can be, we have a lot of cups. So some of you may just enjoy a glass or two. But look at this Ten of Coins. You know, that's just stability and security. It's like maybe some of you have a group, a family or friends that will also lends you security and helps you. So it's a nice energy to take advantage of today. If you're not planning on being around others, that may be coming up for you. It may be in the planning. But this is a wonderful feeling of sort of community in these cards, right? And oh, I had a nice conversation with this person, and that was nice too. Can be a romantic suitor, but this can too be somebody who's just bringing something that feels good, a good, you know, a flattering kind of message to you. All right. For those of you who chose the black stone, we've got the Queen of Swords, we've got the Knight of Swords, and we've got the Six of Swords. Okay, so these are not major arcana. So this isn't probably a large decision-making day for you. Could be, but it would be easier. So it's not you know, earth-shattering. But there are interesting cards here. There may be a lot going on in your mind with all these swords, actually, because this is a lot about thoughts and planning and intellect. Now the Queen of Swords, she has a great intellect, and she is terrific at planning. And she kind of keeps how she feels about it. She can put how she feels about it over there on the shelf and just focus on what's logical and what makes sense. And she can get down to business, and she can do it. So the Queen of Swords is really an important kind of mature energy to have, because sometimes we just have to do what we have to do. And the Six of Swords, that is about bringing everything that you've learned, all that you have learned, and bringing that to calmer shores. Sort of, it's nice to have all those lessons. If you're coming out of some turbulence here, and you're trying to get into the more calm waters and a more hospitable place, it's really nice to have those lessons. They weren't always nice to get, you know, they weren't always nice to learn, but boy, they're nice to have, because they can really help us. Now we have the Knight of Swords, and that is about charging forward perhaps with a plan. I think with these two together, I think it's probably good to go with your more mature, kind of measured responses to people, but there may be somebody who is sort of verbally aggressive in person, or else something you're reading or something you're seeing. There may be some kind of debate that's sort of aggressive, or argument, or you may have somebody in your environment who is just kind of like that. You know, nothing new, it's just kind of like that. It looks like today you certainly have the maturity, you have the strength, the wherewithal to do what makes sense. Yes, set boundaries. Yes, be assertive, but do it in a measured and planful kind of way. So it's an interesting day, but your intellect, you'll be depending heavily on your intellect today, and it will not fail you. All right. Well, I thank you all so very much, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.